I go to Erev Shabbos. This week's Parshas, Parshas Vaeira. Parshas Vaeira, very famous Parsha, and very famous things happening with the Makkos of Mitzrayim, and of course, also somewhat famously, Moshe Rabbeinu, who was the one that carried out the Makkos, did not carry out certain Makkos. He did not hit the water, and he did not hit the sand. And Rashi says because this was a sign of Hakar Satayv, he had to be grateful to the water that saved his life and to the sand that saved his life on a different occasion. And the question is, what is Moshe Rabbeinu being thankful for to water and to sand, to the point that he couldn't hit the water, and Aaron had to be the one that hit the water to bring about Makas Dam, for example? Why not? What's the difference? The water doesn't know the difference. Sand doesn't know the difference. So what are you going to do? Go around saying thank you to the water? So, of course, many people talk about this. Rav Dessler, Rabbi Rocham, many people talk about it. Rav Dessler, chief among them, who brings out this point, and I think it's an important point. I was talking to someone last night, and someone who did me a favor, and I thanked him for the favor that he did for me, and I thanked him a couple of times, and he got upset at me, and he said, stop thanking me. Like, I'm doing you a favor. Of course I'll do the favor for you. You don't have to thank me. And that was very nice, but it bothered me, and I didn't really understand why until I heard this Vart. And now I understand why. Rav Dessler says, when you express gratitude, you're not doing it for the recipient. You're not doing it for the person who did something for you. You're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for yourself to remind yourself, to say, I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful that this happened. And he says the proof is from this episode, from Moshe Rabbeinu, that obviously the water doesn't have feelings, the sand doesn't have feelings, but Moshe Rabbeinu had to show Hakar Satayv anyway. And that's because that was done for Moshe Rabbeinu, not for the sand, not for the water. It's important to have gratitude for ourselves. It's just an important lesson in life that whenever something good happens or whatever good comes, and I'll add to Rav Dessler's pshat, I think it extends even to Hashem. When we dive into Hashem and we express gratitude for all the bracha that we have in our lives and for all the good that we have, and we say thank you to Hashem, we're not doing, I don't think we're doing it for Hashem. I don't think that Hashem really needs our gratitude. I think that we're doing it for ourselves, to remind ourselves of how much Hashem has given us. So let that be a lesson for everyone, and we should always show the proper Hakar Satayv, and we should do it for ourselves. And we should recognize all the good that Rabbi Shalom does for you. Recognize all the good that anybody does for you. Have a wonderful Shabbos.